In the previous video, we learned about API polling and how that creates an issue because it overloads the server with a lot of requests. Now, a solution to that is WebSockets. WebSockets is something that keeps the connection open between the client and the server. Now, this is something that new developers they discover after some time, maybe after 1 year of engineering experience. That's when they discover WebSockets, and it completely blows their mind and changes their life because now they realize, oh, you could ask for status updates from the server, or you could check for chats or any new information with WebSockets. And then they end up overusing WebSockets. Now, that's also a problem. Don't overuse WebSockets because that also has some limitation. But anyway, for now, what we're discussing is API polling and the issues it created and how WebSockets can help solve that. Now, WebSockets are perfect for chat applications where you want real-time experience, right? So we were kind of trying to get a real-time experience with the help of API polling by checking for chats again and again at the server side. But with WebSockets, you actually change the entire experience. You actually keep the connection open between the client and server. So let me show you on the diagram and compare it with regular API polling. So I quickly want to share something very important with you. If you've used Codex CLI or Claude Code recently, you know that humans won't be writing a lot of code in the near future. So what will humans be doing? And the answer is they will be architecting systems and understanding how software scales from a 10,000 feet perspective. So all the planning and architecting will be the human's job, and AI will be mostly responsible for the implementation. And you'll begin to see this in the next 3 years. There's no course on the market right now that prepares you for this. And this is why I've built a 3-month intensive advanced system design cohort. It's meant for people who have some industry experience and who want to move on to leadership positions like directors, VP engineering, or CTO positions. If you think you're the right fit, there's a form in the description and in the comments of this video. We'll check to see if you're a good fit, and then we'll set up a call with you. Now let's get back to the video. So the client keeps polling the web server and keeps getting information back. This is the old way of doing things, which we discussed is not the most efficient way of doing things. With WebSockets, you start a connection and then the connection is established and it's also kept open. Now the web server can keep sending information to the client because you don't have to again and again create new connection. The connection is kept alive. So now you can see the WebSocket is sending updates or pushing updates whenever it wants to. So whenever there are new messages for the client, for that particular user, the web server is now sending that, hey, these are the messages for you. These are the messages for you, instead of the client checking again and again or creating a new connection again and again with the web server. So you just communicate once for a handshake, establish the handshake, and keep the connection open to keep flow of information, such as new chat messages from the server. Now you don't have to communicate again and again for the next set of messages. And this basically is super efficient. Now I mentioned that you don't want to end up overusing WebSockets because there are some issues with WebSockets, and they basically are security related issues. But there are ways around that, and we'll learn about the security issues and the ways around them later on. For now, you need to know that WebSockets really solve our problem of API polling, and it's one of the best possible ways to handle chat messaging applications. Now in the next video, I'll show you another way around our API polling problem.